Do you ever wonder, where did the food on my plate come from? You probably picked it out from the fridge, and before that, the grocery store. But how did the food in the grocery store get there? Well, I spent 2 months working on a produce farm in Western Australia, Gingin Shire to be exact, and here's what I learned about the process to grow food and how it eventually ends up on your plate. It all starts when a person decides to grow something, and why they make that decision is unique, and something you'll have to ask each farmer. In this case, we have Warren.
Put that in there. Oh, it's a land crocodile. It's a land crocodile.
Warren grew up on a farm, enjoyed the work, and thought being your own boss didn't sound so bad. The farm had a couple hundred mango trees when he bought it, and now it has over 1,600 with 7 greenhouses growing aubergine, chilies, paprika, capsicums, oxheart, and cherry tomatoes. The mango trees are beautiful and bear anywhere from 25 to 100 mangoes each season. The woman who initially planted the mangoes still lives across the street. And when she first moved to this area, the Department of Agriculture told her growing mangoes wouldn't be possible. I mean, look at this soil after all. But against all odds, she was a botanist and believed that she could, and she sure did, from seeds for that matter. The start of a new greenhouse is also the end of an old one. We use a coconut substrate base, which we will reuse after an initial crop, which requires us to undo all of our previous work. Cutting as close as we can to the roots of the existing plants, we'll remove each one, sweep every row, and generally try to remove all natural substances from the greenhouse. Next, the seedlings get a bath in a copper solution to repel insects, and we check all of the hoses to ensure the water-based nutrient solution, which we rely on instead of nutrient-rich soil, is flowing properly. And then we plant.
It's not hard to go like this. Drop it in, pull that out, put the dripper along, not far away. Don't destroy the root system, the little white roots that are there now. Move to the next one.
Now we have what I can only describe as pure and unrelenting evil, stringing bobbins. You take the string on a bobbin, release it until the top of the white box is just touching the string, and do this repetitive motion over and over and over, so much so that your shoulders are aching and your arm wants to fall off. If I see a bobbin, again, I might throw hands. Now that all of the bobbins are strung, we attach them to the base of the plant. The first step is finding the first flower and then finding the 2, we call them growing points. Because we only have 2 strings, we can only support 2 growing points. So at that point, everything else that's not a growing point, and you know a growing point because it has flowers on it, gets removed. For eggplant, we want to find any that are within the distance of this initial point to the end of the pliers. So this is just perfect. Anything smaller than that, it can be a little bit smaller, but these guys, for example, aren't done. And because of the string, it's growing in a crooked manner, so that it's actually going to be one that is going to seconds. If they're a little chocolatey like this, that's actually perfect because they'll ripen a little bit off the stem. And so ideally we're looking for straight and bigger sized chilies. And we keep this stem on for that classic chili look. This is a beautiful find. Behold a capsicum, otherwise known as a bell pepper. They are in spades here. Lots of the plants that get broken as we are trimming them back often have green fruit, which we can sell at the farmer's market. But typically we are picking the 70% red. This is 100% red, so ripe to pick. But anything that is 70% red, you can see this one isn't quite there yet. That's getting close. That one's 70% red, are ones that we would normally pick. Paprika and capsicums follow the same principle of 70% red. If any of them are curved or have sunburns, those are going to be put into our seconds, but we'll still pick them if they're 70% red. All of these crates! If the tomato has any red, even a hue of red like that is perfect because tomatoes will ripen off the vine. And you'll notice they're just absolutely fantastic colors. Packing and sorting hundreds of kilos of produce takes quite a while, and we'll sort based upon the appearance of the fruit, A grade, B grade. We then pack them into crates that weigh 8 kilos in total with the fruit, send it in a refrigerated truck to market, and then sell it. Behind the house, there's an additional garden with fennel, onions, watermelon, rock melon. Then we have passion fruit. So this is what a passion fruit plant looks like. It's a vine. You can see there's a passion fruit there, one over there. And how you determine if they're ripe and ready to pick is by this very purple color. Purple. And usually you just wait for the passion fruit to fall off the tree. But sometimes if it's like turning purple, you can just gently pull on it, and if it's ready, it'll come off. Otherwise, it's like a version of an Easter egg hunt where you have all of these on the ground. You just pick them up. That's a ripe passion fruit. Ready to eat. So many over here. I know working on a farm in Western Australia probably seems like a very far removed idea from your day-to-day, but Warren, the farmer, is always looking for backpackers to come help on the farm. So if this is something that interests you, I'm going to put Warren's WhatsApp in the description here, and you can reach out to him and see if he needs help in a time that you're interested in coming out. Mango season is mid-February, so keep that in mind. If you come outside of that window, you will get to see the mango trees, but there might not be too many mangoes that you can eat that are fresh. There's mango puree though that they have on hand, which is delicious. If you're not creating makeshift seats out of trolleys and little foam knee pads, do you even work on a farm? No seat, no problem.